We welcome to the program Scott Smith of Exit Realty Homeward Bound. Good morning.
Good morning, Bob.
Well, it's good to have you with us. I know we're going to be informing our listeners in the weeks ahead about real estate trends and some of the things that are going on locally and even some things that might be happening around the region or around the nation that people should know about. It's been an interesting year, to say the least, for all of our lives, but also for the real estate market. There have been some big developments, really, since the pandemic started.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In 2020, we had an interesting year, but it just, the real estate market changed a bit for us. The method, for a short time, we were just shut down. They just wouldn't let us do anything. But when the door opened to go back to work, we had a new set of safety things to do, rules to follow, and new paperwork with every appointment we had.
And so you learned how to do your traditional things in a new fashion. The traditional service that you provided to people in the area was still there, but some of the techniques had to be adapted to the realities because of our pandemic.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We had questionnaires regarding COVID that we had to fill out at every interaction. In the beginning, it was just paper, but now we do it electronically. So we adapted and we made it better. As this situation has developed, we adapted. We got moving forward and pretty much got things back to normal.
Well, how do things look now in 2021? We've made it through the first 2.5 months of the year, and based on a lot of indicators, things are starting to normalize. May not get back to what we would say was a pre-pandemic normal for a while to come, but things are starting to return to the type of normal that we appreciated up until a year ago.
Yeah, well, one of the things that we noticed was the growth of our customer base and where it was coming from. We've always had that local group, but we started to get a lot more from out of the area because people finding that they were able to work remotely made our area more attractive to live in because they could live here and work in other areas like downtown or downstate New York City areas and even Philadelphia and stuff. So we saw those people coming closer to Binghamton.
Well, and that makes sense. It also, I think, means for people, maybe they can tend to work, say, 3 or 4 days a week from home. Maybe they still need to go to a physical office in a bigger city occasionally for meetings or just for administrative purposes, but it's not that far a ride if you have to do it just 2 or 3 times a month.
Oh, absolutely. A couple hours to New York City, what is it, 3 or so hours to New York City, and you go down there, you work 2 days, you come back up home, and you live here. That's great.
So how are things shaping up with the money market this year for people making plans for real estate transactions? I know things are still in something of a state of flux.
Well, interest rates are really low, but there does seem to be a lot of it around so far. A few local lenders have actually added staff so that they can respond to applicants more quickly.
And what about, people are always saying if they've been sort of contemplating selling their home, is right now a good time to put a property on the market, or is it advisable to kind of take a little more time to assess the situation?
Bob, it's never a bad time to sell your house. If you're looking to move and you need to move, then by all means, this is a great time to go. Getting ready can be a difficult process, so you might feel you're ready to sell, but your home might not be ready. So I can visit the home and give pointers for how you can have the house prepared.
And what about people in the market to buy a new home? Say they need something a different size, maybe they're downsizing, maybe they don't need such a big house that they've had for years, and they need something that's more appropriate to their current circumstances. What do they need to keep in mind if they're going to perhaps try to buy a home in the spring or summer?
Buying a home this year, so far we have a low number of homes available. Right now in Broome County, we only have about 200 or so that are active, but we also have close to 450, 500 that are under contract to sell. So, we do have activity, Right now, we don't have a lot of immediately available inventory, but we know it's going to grow in the next month.
Does it seem like a good time to look for investment properties?
Always, always. Keep in mind that investment properties, while they might have taken a hit last year, it's always a good idea to remember that investment properties are a 20 to 25-year thing. So one bad year isn't going to kill the thing, and why not get the worst year over with right away?
Speaking with Scott Smith of Exit Realty Homeward Bound. If people want to contact you, how can they do that?
Well, I'm at 607-237-5397. That's my cell phone. The office number is 729-5500 over in Vestal. And there's somebody there all day, and I answer 24 hours a day if I hear it.
Scott Smith, Exit Realty Homeward Bound, thank you very much for giving us an overview on what's going on in the local and regional real estate market.